Happy Earth Day, everyone. What the heck? I slept for 15 hours last night and I just woke up from a 2-hour nap. And even though it's raining, I really wanted to get outside. So, oh my gosh, I have to tell you something I'm so excited about. Our neighbors are in the process of getting rid of this bamboo. You see that? So we've been actually working at it from our side, but the root system is very tenacious, and so we're very excited about that. Here you can see we still have, those are stalks that we've tried to pull out, but it really needs to be dug out. So anyways, I also thought it was so pretty because the cherry blossom petals are covering my garden from our neighbor's property. And also, if you look up in this tree, we have a European starling nesting in this cavity right here. So, making good use of a partially dead tree. Coming along here, I'm just going to show you how happy the garden, this Portland garden, looks in the rain. I'm very happy with how well this elderberry tree is doing this year. It's really taken on a nice form. You see that? We have candy flowers below. And then this year I lost a maidenhair fern, but this one came back super full, and it's like it's friends with the red elderberry. They're growing very nicely together. And I've got even wild ginger down below, so you can see the layers starting to develop. And then I was emailing one of my gardening mentors about this. Oxalis is very interesting to me. Now, I'm not quite sure, but I think those are either baby oxalis coming up, or it might be the weedy kind in the back, but I'm not totally sure. And actually I can't show you right now, but my oxalis has two different shades of blooms on it. Some are coming in totally white, and for right now the white is totally covered up. I can't see one. But then there are these ones that are just like that. So I'm gonna do a quick garden tour today. Here's my oak tree. It's very beautiful. Not quite, don't have the right spot for it yet, so it lives here in this pot. But I am bound and determined to find a good spot for it one day. My Oregon native, not Willamette Valley native azalea. These grow on the westernmost part of the state towards the coast. Is just blooming. And then lots of new growth coming up on my Oregon tall Oregon grape. Baby oso berry, brush pile, twin berry. We've got some blooming tall camas. This is gonna be kind of a flower garden with goldenrod, Doug aster, tall camas, and behind there you see will hopefully eventually be a large elderberry filling this corner. I also moved, because this area gets a lot of sun. It's not like full sun, but it gets part sun. I moved a red flowering currant here. We could see it from the kitchen window. I also have two raised beds, which I will show you. Here we've got, these are going to be beans. I got my seeds started a little bit late. Got some slicer tomatoes, cherry tomatoes. It's going to be some Thai lemon basil. Already got the radishes in. There'll be room for 2 tomato cages here. I'll put my basil under this trellis. Cucumbers will go on the outside. We'll have a couple more tomatoes here. and then a couple more tomato plants there. So I don't actually grow a whole lot. I always do basil, cucumbers, cherry tomatoes, maybe 1 or 2 slicer tomatoes, and this year I'm doing radishes. Remember those showy milkweed seeds I started last year? Well, they're all coming up now. They've been stratified over the winter season. And then here's my showy milkweed coming up from, there's actually 6 plants in here. You can only really see one of the patches. Oh, it looks like maybe, okay. So there's 2, there's one back there, there's one back there, and there's a couple in here. My woodland strawberries are starting to take off. I have 1 huckleberry. Look at the new growth this year. I add lots of dead wood. It helps the plants, helps the soil. Sword fern, this is going to be a vine maple. Always make room for garden features. Backyard Bird Shop is my favorite store for that. And let me do a quick run through. Look at the mock orange is starting to fill out. We've got our native yarrow, sword fern, wild ginger, more native yarrow. This is actually a non-native that I've just had with me since I graduated from nursing school, so we make a spot for it here. Got my big Pacific 9-bark, bleeding hearts below. Lots more sword ferns. Got a red huckleberry growing out behind that decaying stump. Well, thank you for joining me on this Earth Day, April 25th, 2020. My dear friend Barbara used to tell me that flower petals have special properties, and so she had a special place in her garden where she composted them. I think they make a great compost ingredient for the soil, and so like I do in the fall, I'll leave these flower petals to enrich the soil as they decompose. I hope you're all having a great day, and I'm sorry to say that I did film this again in portrait mode, so it might look a little small on your computer, but I will upload this to my YouTube channel also. Happy Earth Day, everyone!